Hi everybody, welcome to DayZ. We're on the PlayStation 4. We're on the test server, and I've had a day off today, but I've had a very busy day making videos. I've made loads of videos today. A couple are about DayZ. Oh, there's some water down there, and lots about Rust. And how to mod Rust servers on PC. I've been kind of learning about that in order to kind of prepare for Rust coming to consoles. So it's been a very long day, and this evening I did try on the PC and get on one of the modded servers. There's a new mod come out called I don't want to drink this, I just want to fill this, called DayZ Expansion, that's got helicopters and all sorts of cool things in, but it's only on PC. It's a PC mod, but I couldn't get it to work properly because I have to play through GeForce Now, and it very rarely works completely right. So yeah, so I thought, oh, what do I fancy doing for the last hour or so before it is time to retire, because I've got work in the morning. I thought, tell you what, let's just play a little bit of DayZ. Let's go on the test server. Let's just do a bit of wandering around. There is something I'm kind of looking for, but I don't really know where it is. So I'm not really going to say what it is unless we find it, because if we find it, it'll be very obvious. It's not something that's critical to the next season for the Scalespeeder gaming private servers. Right, that's probably enough water in there, just in case we can find a vehicle. I need to figure out where I am actually. I found a Ada and then promptly managed to smash it into a wall, as I'm very good at doing, and so that didn't go very well, and so that got ruined. But I've got some water, so if we do find another one, once I figure out where I am, we can figure out where the Adas are, and we can go and find one. There's some interesting news today about update 1.08, which is out on the experimental servers. Again in PC, not in. I'm not sure if we're gonna. I'm not really sure where I am. Where they're changing the brakes on cars, so they'll be less likely to skid out when you just touch the brakes. They're also making them more stable, so when you park them in your tents or bases, they're less likely to despawn or flip upside down, all that sort of stuff. They're changing bases. I've never really tried to break into bases, but apparently, if you can imagine this wall was a base, what you used to be able to do is you go up to it and then you could dismantle it with your axe, but now you have to whack it with your axe, so it should be much more difficult, and you can use explosives against people's bases as well, so that should make it much harder to get into bases, hopefully, which is a good thing, because it takes forever to make a base. And then what's this? Is that a road sign up there? And then someone can come along and break into it really quick. I kind of feel like it would be very nice if they could have some sort of offline mode, where when you were offline, your base walls became indestructible. You know? And then when you come onto the server, they've become destructible again. But I don't know. Maybe that would kind of break the game. Right, I do apologise. I should catch up with the chat. I haven't been looking at chat, have I? And I noticed that several people have joined. Let me refresh. Here we go. Welcome everybody. If you didn't see the video, we're just playing on this test server, just playing a bit DayZ. Theo Rally says, "What's up? What's up?" Hope everybody's safe wherever you are, especially for our American cousins. I know that there's an awful lot of things going on over there. Yeah, so I thought after my busy day recording lots of videos, let's just relax and just play some DayZ, just wander around Chernarus for an hour or so, just soaking up the atmosphere on the test server, where we're going to be by ourselves apart from zombies and wolves and bears. Have I got rags, have I? We've got rags. We've got a can of peaches. We've got... well, we've got two water bottles, 2 cans of Pepsi. Alright, we got... yeah, I mean, we're good to go. We're good to go. We don't need anything, do we? Don't need anything at all. Apart from a car would be nice. If we could find a car, then we could do... well, first things first, we need to figure out where we are. Rodney Steele says, do you think consoles will ever be able to mod like PC? I did do a video about it not that long ago. And my thoughts are, it's possible. If you take Fallout 4 and Skyrim as an example from Bethesda, for both of those games on especially Xbox and to a certain extent on PlayStation as well, you can go onto their website, Bethesda's website, and download official mods that change the game. You know, that change the graphics in the game and the way the AI behaves. They do kind of client-side mods that what we're missing on DayZ. So in DayZ with modding, you have server-side mods and you have client-side mods, and all we can really do at the moment is certain server-side mods. So the things that the game is running off in the cloud, you know, on the internet. So that revolves around increasing loot spawns, that kind of thing. But say one thing we can't do is install a different map, say like a winter map. Like on PC, you can install a different map and you can have winter Chernarus, which would swap all of the assets you see around me to winter assets. But because that has to be loaded on your local PlayStation or Xbox, they're not letting us do that. But if they had some sort of agreement with Sony or Microsoft in the way that Bethesda does with Fallout 4 and Skyrim, yes, we could have it. The problem is that Bohemia Interactive, being a smaller developer, are they going to bother doing that sort of thing? I don't know. Right, so we know where we are now. We're not... I thought I was in Vybor. We're in... is that Severograd, is it? Am I absolutely miles away from where I thought I was? We're in Severograd. I thought I was southwest of the Northwest Airfield. I'm northeast of the airfield. What on earth is going on? How did I get over? I thought it was Severograd, because that's the school back there. And I once had on a public server, had a barrel hidden. There's a church in those trees over there. Well, a little chapel. Okay. Interesting. Okay, well... okay. So, well, we know where we are. So what we're going to do, we're going to carry on going down this road. Because there is the chance of a vehicle down here. Is my shotgun good to go? I've just thought. Yeah, we got the pump action shotgun. Should we be attacked by wolves? And I've got my favourite clothes on as well. I've got the firefighting gear and the firefighter's jacket, firefighter's helmet, and I think I've got paramedic trousers, so I'm almost fully waterproof. In fact, if I didn't have that silly face mask on, I would probably be fully waterproof. I prefer this gear to the military gear, to be honest, because you don't get wet. It's very heavy, so you don't have massive stamina, but I don't really care about that. Not when I'm playing PvE. Theo Rally says, surely this is one of the most realistic games ever. Surely, don't call me Shirley. Yes, it is, absolutely. It is very good. It is excellent when it comes to that. Nothing really comes close. Apart from maybe Armour, which is made by the same people. That would be good if we got Armour coming to console. Woohoo! Right, okay, so what happens now is, I do believe We have a piggy. Oh, piggy, 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 piggy. Have I got binoculars? Do you reckon we can creep up on him? Here, piggy, piggy. Hello. We don't need to kill him. We don't need to kill him. You live to fight another day, piggy. Right, okay. So if we go down... Ooh, I think if we go down here... How are my boots doing? I've just had a thought. Are my boots okay? They're worn. Okay, but they're not damaged. That's good. So if we come across any other boots, we'll change them over. Yeah, I mean, I can't... Yeah, so I've bought Rust for the PC to get used to it, with the idea of being competent at it when it comes out on console, so I can bring loads of tutorial videos to you guys. And when you first look at Rust gameplay, you think, oh, it's like DayZ, but it's nothing like DayZ at all. It's nothing. It's similar in the fact that you have to eat stuff and drink to survive, but the map is much smaller, and it's yeah, we're going the right way. It's a procedurally generated map, so it's different every time when you go to different servers, and it's not based on the real world. DayZ feels like a real place. You know, it could be Chernarus, could be a real place. I know lots of the buildings are the same and things like that, but it's damn good the way they've done it. Rust feels different. Rust feels like it's some sort of simulation, or some sort of fantasy. And the closest thing I can really say in feeling would be, if DayZ is the real world, you know, there really has been a zombie apocalypse, you really are a survivor, then Rust is like Lost. You know, the people who crash landed, who didn't, I think they were dead, weren't they, or something in reality. Or if you remember The Prisoner, the 1960 TV program in the UK, or even it's when they remade it a few years ago. Okay, so we can safely say there's no vehicles around here, but there is a water bottle. Good, good. There is a chance of another vehicle further down. Yeah, so that's what Rust feels like. It feels like you're in some sort of simulation, you're in some sort of fantasy environment that you've been thrown into, which isn't the real world. It's very based around PvP. However, my plan for the Rust server, and the Rust game, is to have PvE experiences. Right, let me catch up with the chat. Rodney Stigler said, I wish they would, because I'm getting bored of some of the changes I can do. Too right. The DGA F06 says, just getting into this game, me and a few mates on a Nitrado server, we pulled some of your mods for food and went in totally blind on how to play. Holy shit, it kicks your ass every time. It does. Only just found out about washing your hands. Hey, that one still tricks me today. You know? Where you forget that you've got bloody hands, and you cook some food, or you eat some food, and you make yourself get ill. Always wash your hands, people. So yeah, but Rust is incredibly popular. Many more people play Rust than play DayZ. Probably because, you know, DayZ is a simulation, isn't it? It's very slow. And it's an adventure game, where Rust is a bit of a shooter. But what is really cool about Rust is when you have a private server and you're the admin controls you have are unbelievable. So, for example, with this, I'm on my own private server. Okay, I pay for this private server, and yet, as the admin, my actual ability to do anything are really restricted. Whereas in Rust, I could stop, I could press a button, and I could spawn in right in front of me a helicopter and some fuel and a gun, on a horse and stuff like that. They really do. They've done a lot of work on making things like that really easy. So that's really, really cool. Yeah, so I think we can have a bit of a PvE experience with. Okay. I do believe we have found our wheels. There's a chicken somewhere over there. Right, here we go. Dum da dum da dum. Here she is. Shall we see what's in the back of this one? Alright, so this is one of the old Aiders. Tell you what, these take a long time to despawn. These. So I've changed the Aiders. So that they should spawn full of stuff, full of building materials. But it takes an awful long time for the old ones to despawn. An awful long time. I think maybe because people have walked past them and looked at them or something like that. That could well be the case. I hope that's enough water. Okay, so let's put that. Oh yeah, it is. So let's take that one. Let's refuel it. Now we're going to make sure that we don't come out of second gear. All right, that's my problem. I get overconfident, and I get up into like 40 kilometers an hour, and I crash the bugger. If they could just get vehicles right in DayZ on console, it would transform our experience with the game. Most of the time, I just ignore vehicles because I know it's so disappointing. Because okay. In we get. Right. Okay, so let us have a look at the map. Where do we want to go? Okay, we want to drive through Novodromystovsk. Yes, I did say that correctly. So to get there. Okay, so we've got to do a U-turn, and then we've got to take the next left. Alright. No, not right, left. Let's have a quick drink before we get started, because this is going to get very sweaty. Okay, so we do a U-turn, we take the next left, and then we take the next left, then we take the next left. Then we take a right. If chat could remember that for me, I would very much appreciate it. Theo Rally says, have you played Ark? It's on my list, but I've got Rust to learn how to play, I've got Scum to learn how to play, and if they bring it to GeForce Now, I can go back to I've got Dead Side, which is now on GeForce Now, and then I've got Scum, which they've taken away from GeForce Now, but I've got a feeling they're going to put it back again. But so Ark is on the list. Do you play Ark because it's similar to Rust, right? I guess it is similar, yes. Cohen Thomas says, hey, just want to say big thank you. I was able to successfully coded my new Nitrado server thanks to your easy to follow videos. My pleasure, Cohen. That's what it's all about. Right, gentlemen, start your engines. Here we go. Here we go. So. Now apparently, you see, if you drive zoomed in like this in first person, you're much less likely to crash the server. Well, to get those bad glitches. So we'll see. So what did I say? Left and then next left, isn't it? as we enjoy the Chernarus countryside. We're going to go slow through this wooded area because there's lots of trees. Keep an eye on that water gauge. I'm pretty sure I filled up the radiator, but you never know. Because the big difference with vehicles is the sheer carrying capacity that it gives you. Okay, so let's take it easy down this hill. What the hell was that? Ambient. I think that the ambient sounds in DayZ could be one of the most amazing things about it. When you're playing at night, especially. Ooh. Left. Let's just coast down this hill. Along we go. Yeah, so the updates seem... It's going to be interesting when they come to console. Because the problem that you have at the moment, say the game glitches out and I jam on my brakes, you tend to skid, don't you? And then you smash into things, but they're going to make the brakes a little more linear rather than being kind of digital as they are at the moment with Honor. Okay, so we take the next left and then we're in the big town. Imagine if the car driving and the engine could make it like rally driving. You could be just hammering along here at like 100 miles an hour instead of 30 kilometers an hour. I also kind of regret my choice of using the Ada as my complete vehicle in this game because it is a bit pants. Ooh. Take it a bit easy on these switchbacks. Just ride the clutch. Yeah, for a 4x4, their performance is dismal. Let me just stop for a second so I catch a hit. Robert Carlton says, "Hey, I play on a private server with DGAF. We were talking and wanted to say you're more than welcome to play on with us if you would like. Just DM me and I'll give you the name and password." That's very kind of you, Robert. I'll take you up on that offer when I get some spare time. At the moment I'm very, very busy. One of my lists of things to do with DayZ is to visit other people's servers. You may have seen the video I did a few days ago where I visited Chris and Steph's amazing base on their private server. One of the biggest bases, well, I think it's probably the biggest base in DayZ. Wow, we are up quite high here, aren't we? And we're trundling down towards the city. Don't want to fall off this road. God, imagine when we're playing this on the next generation consoles and it actually runs like it does on the PC. Nice and smooth. Okay, so we take this left here. I think we end up in the city in a second. You can kind of see it through the trees. Woo, bit of a glitch there. We've got to go slow. Give the game a chance to load in. Here we go, there's the city in front of us. Let's just crawl down here. Oh, bit of a glitch there. Okay. Let's just hold up here for a second. And let's have a look at the map. Right, so... In fact, tell you what. Right, okay, so let's just get our bearings. So we just came down there, didn't we? In fact, haha, just what we needed. Okay, yeah, I knew I was there, but I wanted to be a little bit more accurate. So we've come down here. Alright, I see. So the way to go is down here. Yep, so we go down here, then we turn left. So then we turn right. Or... I tell you what, maybe might be more interesting is if we go to Pollyanna. Yeah, let's go to Pollyanna. So we actually carry on going this way. Let's go to Pollyanna. Ooh, no, we don't want to do that. We want to do this. So it's a little bit of a drive. But hey, what else? What better things have we got to do on this evening of the 2nd of June 2020? Enjoy the Chernarus countryside. Okay, we've got to go slow because we're by this big city, aren't we? We're by I don't know. Right, so this is Syriana Pollyanna, I think. And I just want to have a drive round. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep on this road. Just keep our eyes open. This is very Walking Dead, isn't it? I love this. You know, if cars were reliable, you know, and you could cruising through a town like this looking for survivors. Very atmospheric. Okay. That wasn't quite what I was looking for. Okay, so I'll let you in what I'm looking for, right? I've tried to spawn in a zombie horde. Okay. And the positions where I've spawned in these zombie hordes are where the Christmas trees would normally be. The problem is, the Christmas trees aren't marked on the I Survive map. So I'm kind of guessing. So the idea is we go from town to town. Just see how glitchy it is where I'm in third person. Right, so I think we head off this direction now. Let me just catch up with the chat. Jared says, I've tried finding the test server and the private server, but they never show up on the server list. Are you on PlayStation? They are only on PlayStation, my friend. And if you just search for Scalespeeder, you should be able to see them. Right, so the sign we're looking for now is we want to be making our way to Turuvo or Svetlojarsk. Svetlojarsk is really where we want to go. That's CBET, so let's go. Nice and easy, does it? Because I should get out and read my because I guess there definitely would be a Christmas tree in Svetlojarsk, wouldn't there? Oh no, don't do that. That's what we want. Okay, so we've got a bit of open road in front of us now. Dare I put it into second gear? Let's get over this railway line first. Tickle on the brakes. A bit of a glitch there, but nothing serious. We'll stay off the gas until we get a nice bit of straight road. And then what we do now is we turn right. You'll probably recognise this road. This is like the main road out of Svetlojarsk, this. So we come across a little military camp a little bit further, well, some military tents a little bit further down. This is great ambush country. You see, sort of right in front of me, there's this hill with all the trees on. Yeah, Svetlojarsk is this way. Right, here we go. There's the famous bridge coming out of Svetlojarsk. I think we can knock her up into second gear now, can't we? Let's stretch our legs a bit. Come on, 50 kilometers an hour. In the zombie apocalypse. Not bad, eh? See, the problem with DayZ is when you don't play DayZ, you forget how good it is. You really do. You know? It makes everything nerve-wracking. Right, just gotta be careful going through here. I don't want to smash into the side of the viaduct. Yeah, look, there's great ambush country on my left. Let's knock her down, let's slow down. These are those military tents we talked about. We're going dead slow through here. See how atmospheric it is when you're driving a vehicle? I will have to get back on the public servers. So, fuel's looking good. Water temperature has stayed low, which is great. Right, so we're heading into Jas now, so we'll just have a... So what we're looking for is a load of zombies together. You know, I'm talking like 20 to 30 zombies in the same place. Okay, this is probably... We just want to slow down a bit just as we drive around here. Because obviously there's a lot for the game to load in. Let me just stop a bit so we can zoom in on the map. Because it's quite a big place, for to ask. Right, yeah, so we want to... So I don't know, that's the problem, you see, because in these big places well, you're thinking, well, where would the Christmas tree be? Generally, it would be in the middle of town, wouldn't it? You'd have thought they would put it there. Well, I do have the coordinates for the Christmas trees. I could go looking for them, but sometimes I prefer just to wander around the map. God, is it going to get up this big hill? Come on, Ada, you can do it. Well done. This would be the sort of place where the Christmas tree would be, wouldn't it? See, there's one zombie. But he's hardly a hurt horde. They're just vicar zombies outside the church. Can you imagine what it would have been like when they had the truck in the game? Driving around in the truck. Okay, so we're heading out of town now. So the next town is along the coast, isn't it? We've got quite a long way to go. And you're looking at all the way down to... Oh my god, it's a long way to the next town. Is it Electro? Lumber mill. Okay, well we better get driving. What time is it? It's coming up to 10 o'clock here in the UK. Okay, let's see if we can get to Lumber mill without crashing. We'll open up the legs. Open up the legs? That didn't sound right. We'll stretch our legs. Let's get moving. Let's get rocking and rolling. Let's see if we can get to Lumber. Oh, let me catch up with the chat first, though. Yep, on PS4 I tried exactly how it said in this video to find them. Well, it is there. Just search for Scalespeeder or 1T. Not Asian Tfue says you. What's good? Everything. Jared says I'll try again this evening and we'll let you know. Excellent. Corbin Evans says the amount of times I've ruined in a car on my server is unbelievable. I know. Chris Burgess says shame you can't honk the horn. That's the lights on. Don't they have a horn? Did I just open the door? I just did something. Is there no horn? I think you're right, mate. I bet there's a mod on PC that gives you a horn. Right, here we go. We're going to crank her up to 3rd gear. We're going to get her up to 50 kilometers an hour. We're probably going to hit a tree. We're really testing this theory about driving in first person zoomed in. 70 kilometers an hour. 75. 80 kilometers an hour. Right, let's back off now. I'm scared. We'll be at Lumberyard in no time at this rate. But I am pushing it. We're doing 70 kilometers an hour again. Alright, okay, we want to slow down here because we've got a little army checkpoint to make our way through. And we're off again. Oh, this looks a bit windy to me. Let's bring back the power a little bit. It's very twitchy, the Ada. Gets away from you very quickly. Suffers from horrendous oversteer. And we're off again. $80 kilometers an hour. So we get up to 90 kilometers an hour. Oh, come on, can we do 100? Coming into town. 100 kilometers an hour. Right, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Well, that was good, wasn't it? We got up to 100 kilometers an hour. Wow. Okay, so I think what we do here is we take the first turning on the right. The first real road, that is. Is that a real road? Yeah, we go up here. And we drive through town this way, because this takes us through the more populated bit of town. Zombie with a rather posh backpack there. So we've had lots of individual zombies and small packs of zombies, but only ever a handful. We're looking for like 30 zombies all in the same place. No, nothing is there. See if we can get back to the coast road. And I think it's is Electro the next stop? Oh, no, Solinici. It's only a small town, that, though, isn't it? Okay, let's do at least one more town. And I'm just about to kibosh this and jinx it by saying, actually, the driving's been going very well. Give way. Alright, let's stretch our legs because we've got another long run to the next town. I think this road's mostly straight. So we got her up to 100 again. Ease on the brakes, take her down nice and slow. Yeah, this town's too small to have a Christmas tree, I think, isn't it? Nothing here. Right, let's crack on. Got the sea to our left. The hills of Chernarus to our right. Heading south. Okay, so this is Quarry we're coming up to now, so we're going to slow down because there's going to be a fair bit of loading for the game to do. If we approach to... or is this Solinici? Woo! Again, probably too small for a Christmas tree. So now it's all the way round to Kamishovko, and then it's Electro. Should we see if we can get to Electro? Come on, and then I'll call it a night. Let's really test the driving. Here we go. Okay, let's slow down as we're going through this town. We'll keep a little bit of an eye out. Okay, I think that's it. Right, pedal to the metal, Next stop, Electro. Oh, bit of a glitch there. Let's stay at about 80 kilometers an hour. That's fast enough. What you say? Faster? Alright then. Oh, we've got a few buildings here. See if we can get her up to a ton again. Whoa, no, 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 no. See how twitchy it is. Whew, thank gosh there wasn't no road signs or trees. We would have been a goner. Well, the radiator would have been, and we'd have been walking. .100 kilometers an hour again. Oh, it's got a bit twitchy. Oh, oh. So you go to turn and it's like the car just starts the fishtail. You put on a tank slapper. Don't know what this little town is. Whatever it is, we're leaving it. No time to stop. Hit the black top. 10-4, good buddy. It's rubber duck. We've gone inland a bit, haven't we? See the sea? Alright, there we go, there's the sea. There's the lighthouse. Coming around the southeastern tip of Chernarus. Back up to a ton again. Right, let's ease off, ease off, ease off, ease off. We've got some buildings here. Let's tickle her through this area. Oh, actually, I do believe we have reached our destination. There we go. Electro. Right, peeps. Well, I'm going to call it a night there. I know we didn't find our zombie horde, but I've got work in the morning, so do have to get some rest. It has been a pleasure. Before we go, let me catch up with chat. Let's just stop the engine so we don't run out of fuel. What have we got? What have we got? Shame we can't honk the horn. Did you see the PC got 1.0 update? I did a video about it earlier. What should we expect of 1.08 in console? You'll be expecting cars should be a little bit more stable. The brakes should be a little bit more linear, so not as grabby. Base building has changed a little bit. You won't be able to break your way into bases with an action. You'll have to use explosives or smash walls up with your axe or melee weapons. It's going to be harder to break into bases. Also, when bases take damage or tents take damage, you can repair them. You'll also be able to, so for example, if there was you could smash up a tent or a barrel, and when it collapses, the stuff falls out of it. So that should be better. They're adding a few weapons. There's a few locations they're adding as well. There's a ski location and a biathlon location, which I guess is one of the ones where you do the shooting as well. Do you know when it's come to console? Corbin says, sorry mate, I haven't got a clue. It's only out on experimental on 1.08, so what that means is they'll put it out, people will play it, there'll be lots of bugs and things to change. Those bits will then come back, and then they'll change it again, they'll push it out again on experimental on PC, and when they're finally happy with it, that's when we'll get it on console. So you're probably looking at about a month, I would have thought. Joe D says, Rav plays as 1.8 update video now. New gun, new tents, new colour tents. Yep. What am I looking for? I just want stability in cars to be better. Kieran states, I like all your content, bud. Thank you very much, Kieran. Joe D says, other YouTubers have in 1.08 DayZ, and this guy's still learning to drive cars. That is true. Rodney Stegel says he did a video this morning. I've seen it. Are you coffee for you says, are you playing on PS4, Xbox, PC? This is the PS4. Chronic Fuzz says, how can I play on this server? It's PvE. Just search for Scalespeeder Gaming and look for the test server. The password is Snowball. It's PvE only. It's only on for a limited time, this server. I just use it as a test platform until I publish my private servers. Rodney says, when do you figure the zombies out? I plan on watching it, and thanks for all the videos. When do you figure the zombies out? I'm not sure what you mean, Rodney. Cohen says, thanks, Speederman. Cohen says, good night. Yes, good night, everybody. Thanks for joining the stream. It's been a pleasure.